What do you say, my people? Welcome to the Balance Show channel, the Red and White podcast. You know, the first episode featuring my man Joe. What do you say, my bro? How's it going? Is
I'm
everything
good,
good?
man. I'm good. What are you saying?
Yeah, not too bad, bro. It's long week, man. Long week, man. Arsenal, bro. Stressing me out, man. As usual, man. It's a bit of a long thing, innit? So yeah, man. That's
Yeah.
what's going on, man. The last three games is a bit of a mess in it. So yeah, so it's all good, bro. All sound, man. Move on with life, innit? So yeah, man. Yeah, so we're talking about Arsenal. Like, what do you think of the season so far, bro?
Mixed feelings, man. You gotta say it's mixed feelings. Going on a 10 game unbeaten run, that's the biggest thing out so far in the season. 10 game unbeaten run. The North London derby, Leicester game. These are big points, but equally at the same time, this season's had its low points. And
It
it's
has,
had a lot of its low points. A 5-0 thrashing from City, a 4-0 thrashing from Liverpool. Like,
mm,
so it's a very mixed season. We're still in the quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup. We just learned that we're playing Nottingham Forest, isn't it, in the
yeah,
FA
we're
Cup
not
third
even
round?
close. No, it's not,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, last time we played them, we lost like 4-2, bro. I was like, we had it in
yeah, that's true.
2018, innit? And then
That
I
is
think Carl
true.
Jenkins is back in it. Like, he'll be back in it.
Oh, Carl Jenkinson.
It's a bit
If
mad.
you remember Carl Jenkinson, then you're a real one.
A real one. What a guy, man. This guy. Useless guy, man. He's dead guy, dead dude, but he's dead. He's dead, but yeah,
Hey,
but it's
he
not.
he had
He's,
the heart. He had the heart.
he has the heart in it, but he doesn't have the tech in it. But that's a whole
Oh,
new
bless him.
story.
Oh man. But I know you and I have very, very different opinions about Arsenal. But
when,
let's start with one thing that we'll both agree on, and I
what's
hope
that?
you agree with me, and that's Aubameyang.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, I
I
did a review yesterday. Yeah, shout out to my TikTok. And I was like, man, this guy's done, bro. Like, this guy is the most frustrating guy. Like every time he plays with the ball, man, he's like 10 men, man. I like 10 men.
uh,
I don't think he offers anything these days, man. I like, what is he on? Like, I mean, fair enough.
I
Like,
think
yeah,
yeah, no, sorry, I was gonna say I think the thing is that we need to start fresh with the strikers. I think get rid of a lot of them. The problem is, aside from Balogun, I would get rid of a lot of them. Aubameyang, he's not good enough now.
yeah,
Lacazette, yesterday, not a great performance. Like watching him, his positioning was terrible.
yeah.
Like when you're a number 9 striker, you cannot.
Mm,
I understand, you're pushing forward. You're trying to like create some space like for yourself, like to get the ball. But watching the game and just seeing Lacazette further back than Odegaard,
oh boy. I was like,
that's
nah,
that's not what you want.
that's so
And Nketiah, man, that miss yesterday, that miss was just
that
that
was
needs to be in the
terrible.
back of the net. It
I
needs to be in the back of the net. So get rid of
like
them all.
get rid of him.
But if Arteta and Edu, if they're really serious about this restructure and about this change, and if Josh Kroenke really is about his word, he would give 100 million to
I
Arteta and
mean,
be like, right,
you
go
you
and buy
can't
a
say
big
like,
striker.
oh, Josh Kroenke, like you can't blame it on him because I mean, what I see, obviously, I want him out, obviously, because the board ain't showing that much ambition. But however, they spent they spent a fair amount of money. They spent 150 million, and that's basically the most in the league. If you know what I mean.
They spent no, yeah, of course they spent the fair amount
They
of
spent
money,
money.
but for after that Josh Kroenke interview, if he's really serious about bringing Arsenal to the next level, then he will be like, right, KSE are about to give 100 million to Arsenal. Go buy a striker. Let's do this.
I
Honestly,
mean,
I would rather have a striker this this coming window, and not sign anyone in the summer. That's how I would rather have it.
I can't. I don't think that I wouldn't say that strikers at them. Obviously, I would say strikers could be like a part of the problem. However, I feel like the midfield is the pinnacle. I'd rather spend my money on midfield.
I think the
Honestly,
midfield.
I
I
don't
think
think so,
we.
bro.
I think we have a strong midfield. That's the thing.
I
I
don't think
think we
so.
do have a strong midfield.
I honestly don't think so, bro. I can't lie. I feel like every game that I've seen, we just get overrun.
But
Like
I think we're
passing,
not get. that midfield needs time. I personally, the two partnerships that I really really enjoy is Partey and Lokonga. That's
Of course.
partnership number one, and Lokonga and Maitland-Niles.
Hmm.
Now the thing is, I think Maitland-Niles gets overlooked, and I understand he's had plenty of chances, but if you give him chance after chance in the CDM role, in that holding midfield role, centrally, he will come forward. He will perform. Like he performed against Watford, and then we never played him after. Like it doesn't make sense.
He doesn't make. That's what I said to Arteta, brothers. Like he doesn't make every like wherever does make sense, he doesn't do it. That's Arsenal. That's basically Arsenal. Whatever it tries to make sense, he doesn't do. It doesn't come into fruition, innit? So I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought like the creativity side as well, like the amount of creative chances, which is like, where did you see the stats after the Liverpool game, which is like under the bottom half of the table, the amount of chances that is created as well, the amount of open play goals that is created as well. So it's dramatically low.
Yeah.
It's just I
Yeah.
don't know if it's on. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like obviously like Partey, he's in poor form at the moment, but I feel like he needs that partner. He needs that
Mm.
central, like senior partner. I feel like that's the only issue like that I'm basically looking at as well, man. But yeah,
I tell
it's a
you
bit
what,
mad.
the saddest thing is because I'm Arteta in. Like I've always been Arteta in, and you've always been Arteta out. I know this for a
Mm,
fact. But yesterday, I will put my hands up. I will put my hands up and admit Arteta made multiple mistakes in that game. Mistake
absolutely,
number one, shouldn't have played Granit Xhaka for 97 minutes.
absolutely not, bro. He just came back from injury, bro.
Mistake number two, why play Nketiah on the left? He
Hold on,
should have
hold on.
brought on Pepe.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what he has on Pepe. I don't get it. I don't get that.
Also,
I don't get why is he not benching Pepe. Why is he benching Pepe for the last few games? Like we look. I personally feel like we look much better with Pepe in the team. He offers more. Like even if he's having a poor game, like he gets a goal or assist out of nothing, bro. Out of nothing. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. And last season, I see that overall in all competitions, he scored 16 goals and 10 assists, and people just looking down at him. And I feel like with Saka, I'm not no dig at Saka, nothing. I'm not trying to call him out or anything like that. He's a quality player. He's a quality talent, good talent, but I mean, this guy like Mikel Arteta is overusing him. I feel like that's another mistake as well, playing Saka again on that game because he feels a bit more
Mm.
tired. He played like 83 games under Arteta. Like I'm saying, like 83 games under Arteta, yeah.
Yeah, Saka and Smith
Bro,
Rowe, both of them.
it's mad. He's gonna kill him. Like literally, I don't know. He's gonna get like a serious injury, or just like you just need to like rest him.
Yeah, I think the thing is that a while ago we said this, is that we have the youngest team in the league,
Yeah,
and it's not just the starting 11; it's the bench as well. We have our experienced players, but we have a very young team. And with fixtures in December, with November/December, fatigue is going to start hitting these players without a
exactly.
doubt because you see how much distance Smith Rowe and Saka cover like in a game,
Yeah,
and it was bound to happen. Like Smith Rowe wasn't even fit to play yesterday. He
yeah,
wasn't even fit to play. Like honestly, honest to God, like the one positive I will take from yesterday's game is Odegaard did step up that game.
yeah.
He did
I'm
step
not.
up. To be fair,
I'm not the biggest Odegaard fan. I can't lie. I'm not the biggest. I don't think he was all that, but over the last few games, he has a couple of goals in him. So that as a midfielder, I want goals in my
mm,
game. Goals like I want to see goals. Like back in the day, like we had Fabregas, Nasri, Cazorla, Rosicky. Had quality players like that
yeah,
scores goals on a regular basis. And this midfielder doesn't. This midfielder doesn't really score goals, but and it's really good to see that he's adding goals to his game. But we need to see that on a consistent basis. And like
mm,
I just felt like throughout his Arsenal time, like most of the parts, I felt like it's a bit of an Ozil vibes. When it went away from home, it feels like he's ghosting, like Aubameyang. Like he's not
yeah,
really impacting the game. So I felt like that's a positive point in the game. Like at least he's showing that he can score goals as well. You know what I mean? It's just a bit.
But I think the thing with Odegaard is as well, because of Laka and Aubameyang's poor form, he gets the blame for that. As your attacking midfielder, you're expecting passes to your striker. You're expecting through balls to your striker, and we haven't seen any of that. But with the way Aubameyang and Lacazette have been playing, like their poor form, it's like shown because Odegaard hasn't really had that chance. This game, Odegaard took it upon himself, scored a world-class goal. I think his passing was absolutely brilliant this game. Like that ball to Saka towards the end of the game when he tried to go around Pickford, that was a quality ball.
Yeah, I was just like, nah.
But Odegaard, he also nearly scored another 2.
Yeah.
Can't forget that. He nearly scored another 2. He really stepped up that game. And I really appreciated that from him.
I was his critic, but you know what? I'll give praise when it's due, innit? I'll give praise when it's due. He's one of the few players that, stood up for me in that game. And yeah.
So here's the thing. So next game, Southampton.
Yeah.
This game, even though it doesn't look big on paper, it's big for us now.
Very
because we've lost 3 out of 4 games now. 3 out of our past 4 games. So here's the thing. Do we take a risk and play Martinelli number 9?
Yeah, 100%. Hands down, 100%. He's been our best player in the last 3 games. Newcastle, Man United, and recently Everton. He has been he's been our best player. I feel like both of them, if Arteta has the balls to drop either Lacazette or Aubameyang, then you know what, Martinelli up front. Quality. Give me Sanchez vibes, man. Like literally gives everything for the team. He's one of the few players that really care. Like shows that hunger and fight that other players haven't shown over the last few games. So yeah, man, I'll 100% put him in the game. 100%. So yeah, so
I think it was also nice to see Tierney as well.
Yeah, it's good to see, bro. I'm just a bit vexed. Took him out of 60 minutes, and I feel like the left hand side got a bit, taken for granted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think we know Tierney's injury history, so I think that was a good call. I know I hated it as well, but I knew that we had to take him off.
Honestly, I mean, to be fair, he has been on the bench quite a few times over the last 5 games.
He has been on the bench, but he hasn't played. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't played at all, so he needed he couldn't go straight in.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. I just felt like it was a bit weird to take him off and put Tavares on, but yeah, he's just got Mikel Arteta things, man, isn't it? So yeah, bro. So yeah, so obviously, obviously, let's just go back into the season. Obviously, when we had that 3 straight defeats in it, like Brentford, Chelsea, Man City. What do you all think about that at the start of the season? So was it just obviously 0 points out of 9, 20th in the league? You just a bit dull, innit?
At the time, how do I say this? I wasn't too down. We played 2 of the title fighting teams. The Brentford one obviously was an absolute shocker, but at the same time, that Brentford game, we didn't have our strongest team, and I know, even with our second team, we should have beaten them, but we didn't have our strongest team, and here's the thing. As I said, because I'm Arteta in, I had faith that something would turn around. I knew that there was a transfer deadline day coming up. I knew that there was some signings that were going to go through the door. And I think as well, there's a lot of things that Arteta doesn't get credited for. A lot of people Arteta, for example, Ramsdale. Straight up Ramsdale. It's gone off my screen. Oh dear. Jason's gone off my screen. I'm on Jason's podcast on it on my own. Oops. Well, I don't know when Jason will be back, so I will hold off for a second.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Can you hear me?
Oh Lord.
Jesus Christ. It's a bit mad. Yeah, my camera just kind of like flew away in it. So it's like, yeah, it's a bit of a mazza. I think
Yeah,
I'm using the laptop one in it. So it's a bit mad.
I was like, I'm in front of your audience on my own. I was like, I don't want this.
Huh? No, you can speak
I
chat
was
to them. I don't even know, man. It's calm. I think, can you hear me? Yeah. I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
go.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
So it's a bit mad. So like, I'm just gonna switch up to the HP one. So I'm just like to the HD one. So I was like, yeah, hopefully.
Oh, no, back out.
Yeah, I'm back now. Bloody hell, it's mad.
It's
Flipping
been a
heck.
struggle. It's been a struggle.
It's a bit struggles, it's a bit mad, but I just don't have any like haste. I'm just using my laptop one here, so it's just a bit of a mazza. But yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's the thing. So it's like yeah, I think my camera yeah, is it alright? Is it working? Is it clear or it's like
Yeah, it's working. It's all blessed.
so it's alright? Thank God for that, bro. So I was trying to change the camera in it because like I just wanted to be like clear in it. So
Yeah.
huh?
No, I was putting it on my phone.
So
Just
it's not too
clean it
bad.
out. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. I think it's good. Yeah, that should be fine, bro. So what were we talking about again?
Um, what were we talking? Yeah, we were just talking about like like the things Arteta has done right. Um, Personally, I think bringing in Ramsdale was a big choice. You know, we stuck with Leno for so long, and Leno is a very good keeper.
Yeah,
Brings
yeah.
in Ramsdale, big call, and it
Big cool,
happened.
risky, very risky. Like I mean, like honestly, at that time, I wasn't happy with it. Like you know what, I personally would you have you been happy with that signing beforehand? Like when we were linked with like Ramsdale, were
Just
you
like
happy?
every signing, just like every signing I see, I keep an open mind. But if it goes horribly, like Renarson, that was a terrible,
Oh, no,
terrible
no,
signing.
no. Ronaldo, horrible, bro.
That was just like
I
okay,
feel like that's the worst keeper I've seen. Literally,
yeah.
the worst. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
like the thing is, like if you hear someone say, "Oh, your team just signed a guy for 30 million and he got back-to-back relegations," of course your head's going to be like,
yeah,
"What?
my head
What?
was there.
What's my club doing?" But Arteta saw something in him. Arteta believed in him. He's paid it back. He has
Yeah,
paid it back.
100%, 100%. Yeah, I would take that, like literally. So, my stance on Ramsdale, yeah, quality keep. I mean, like obviously he has done fantastically well, like 10 out of 10 so far, like throughout. He saved us in most games, and yeah, he saved us throughout, man. And yeah, so I'm not gonna get. I'm still not getting too overhyped. Like you know what I mean? Like obviously our signings, like when we used to sign Mustafi, Kolasinac, like all these people, like obviously like for example, like Mustafi had like remember the 20 game unbeaten that he had at the start of
Mm,
the season? Like we all
that
thought
was
we were
true.
like we had we all thought that we had that mad partnership with Kishoni, like it's gonna be
Yeah,
like and then look at how we fell down. Look at Kolasinac, all this stuff. Like he was like good 3 months. He had good 3 months, and then he went downhill. And then yeah, that's why I'm just not getting carried away. Like you know what I mean. But we will see.
yeah,
So far, so good in it. So yeah, and then yeah, there's a few other signings that we have signed in it. Tavares, Nuno Tavares,
yeah.
Ben White, and then Erdegaard. Who else did we sign? There's like Ramsdale, Ben White, Tavares, Tomiyasu. There's two more, Lokonga, and then the other one, which
Hmm.
is
Uh, did you say Odegaard?
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, Odegaard. Sorry, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Ben White, um, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Ben
Odegaard.
White, Odegaard, Lokonga, and then yeah, six
Oh
Tomiyasu.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
96,
Sorry, yeah, yeah. Sorry.
96, 96, yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna say Ramsdale 10 out of 10 in it. Like
Yeah.
you could say fantastic. Tom, what about Tom?
Mm.
What? How would you rate Tomiyasu so
It's
far?
hard because in the Serie A, he was being played as a centre back.
Yeah, yeah.
He could play right back, but he was being played as a centre back. He's 6'2", like 6'2", like quite a big guy to
Mm.
dart down the wing. So in terms of him coming to the Premier League, age of 22, from the Serie A and going straight from a centre back into a right back, I
Yeah.
think he's done pretty well. Now, obviously, he's had his issues, he's had his problems. Like, for example, against Liverpool, I think he could not contain Mane. I think he struggled with that. He managed to annoy Mane to the point to get a yellow,
But
but
he couldn't really like do that. Like he
yeah,
couldn't really contain him. Like if you know what I mean. But
mm,
but
but
yeah, That's mad.
I personally think I would happily go the next. Okay, obviously he's still got time to like figure himself out. Like at the end of the day, like that side, if you deep it, that side where you have Tomiyasu, Ben White, Lokonga usually plays there. It's a brand new, like completely brand new team.
Yeah.
3 brand new signings on that side. Like the only other person that would be on that side would be Saka. So it's a completely new side. It's a team that still needs to gel. Like it's gonna take time. 6 signings, that's over half your team. It's gonna be a while till they gel and like get used to their playing style.
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, that is a sign, but it's just like, yeah, that's a sign. I mean, obviously, like Tomiyasu. Yeah, anyone. I would say anyone would be an upgrade with Hector Bellerin, bro. Anyone is an upgrade with
Oh
Hector Bellerin
god.
because he's shocking,
God.
absolutely shocking. But glad that he's gone. But Tomiyasu, he had a few solid performances, but when it comes to like the crunch games, obviously like the United and Liverpool, not so well. But other than that, I'm happy with the signing. Like obviously did well. I'll give himself like a. I feel like 7 out of 10 would be a decent rating for him. I wouldn't
Tomiyasu.
say yeah.
So
Like
yeah, I think
7.5.
7 out of 10.
Yeah, that's a fair enough rating for him. Like yeah, I didn't really expect him to do well. Like he was an unknown entity. Like obviously before we signed him, I was like, who's this guy? Like I just felt like Spurs were with him as well. And then
Yeah.
yeah, he did well. Like he did really well. So yeah, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. But when it comes to like yeah, so I'm just like 'cause the only worry like with me is like him going forward because he never. I don't feel like he doesn't really go forward that much. If you know what I mean.
I uh
He's not like a
I felt,
dynamic. He's not like a dynamic like right back. If you know what I mean. He's just like
but
more of a
that's why, because he was usually a centre back,
yeah
and then
yeah.
we pushed him to to a right back.
Yeah. That's fair enough anyway. So that's not his problem because obviously he's a centre back, right? Yeah. So it's not. Yeah.
Honestly, if you actually think about it, if you really think about it, it actually makes more sense to play Ben White as a right back and Tomiyasu as a centre back.
It does because Ben White
It does
can't do that.
actually make more sense because
I feel
Ben
like
White, he sprints forward like 1 minute you look at him and he's in defence, and the next minute he's up at attack.
yeah,
So it does
Ben
make
White.
more sense to play Ben White as a right back.
Mm. Yeah, he does. He does.
But
He was originally a right back anyway when we signed him anyway. So
mm,
yeah, that's the thing. And even when we signed him, I don't think he never played in like a two. For Brighton, he played more of in a three at the back. So that's why I'm just
he,
like,
yeah,
yeah, he played
yeah,
at
no, you're right. Yeah.
in the back. So I'm just like, yeah. So with Ben White, moving on to Ben White, obviously, so I feel like
Mm.
with Ben White, I feel like he's a bit average. I don't think he lived up to his expectations. To be fair, I don't think I'm not that happy with his impact. I mean, to be like, it wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it's bad.
Yeah,
I feel like it's below average, 4 out of 10.
I think the problem is if he was worth 15 million, 15,
Yeah,
20 million, people will be like, oh, he's 24 years of age, give him some time, he'll grow. Because he's worth 50 million, everyone's like, you need to play amazing now. That's how it is. Like any other price, well, sorry, not any other price below 50 million, okay, another lie, any other price below 20 million, they would be like, right, okay, give him some time, he'll adjust and he'll play well. But because it's a 50 million price tag, everyone's like, oh, okay, he needs to sort himself out. But I personally think the previous 10 games, everyone that we went unbeaten, everyone was praising him. Everyone was praising him to the moon.
I wouldn't say
Like,
I wouldn't say it was amazing. It was good.
but but
I,
whenever you looked on Twitter or anything, you would see, oh, Ben White's playing amazing. Like Ben White and Gabriel, best partnership in the league right now. Like you can actually see everyone getting gassed over it. And then all of a sudden, when results don't go our way, Ben White's not good. Ben White's not a good centre back.
yeah.
And
That's the thing.
the thing is, we also got to remember Ramsdale's clean sheets
Yeah.
are not just because of Ramsdale. You know, Ben White and Gabriel have a massive part to play in them.
I mean,
And
I
I
disagree
think,
with that. I disagree with that. I mean, to be fair, like the defense kind of got worked on, like the amount of saves after saves. I feel like with Ramsdale, he has been basically carrying us basically throughout that 10 game unbeaten. I'm not gonna lie, with the amount of saves that he had to make, and one of the reasons why is the defense and the midfield. Now, I
no,
wouldn't say the defense has been shocking or anything like that. It's just like it concedes the amount of shots, you know what I mean?
but like
But
a lot of those matches, there was a lot of like last ditch efforts, like in terms of blocks and stuff, that was because of Gabriel and Ben White. And this is why Gabriel has been praised by everyone, because the way they've been playing as a partnership, like everyone's been speaking about them, like Ben White and Gabriel, Ben White and Gabriel. Even Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville came out and said they have formed a really good partnership. And genuinely, the way they've been playing together has helped our defense.
yeah,
And this is why, when it comes to centre backs, you can't judge them individually. You have to judge them together,
yeah,
because it's all about communication and it's all about how they play together. Say, for example, like Gabriel Gabriel was left on his own, and Ben
yeah.
White decides to sprint off.
Mm.
You know, a lot of people will be going after Ben White.
Yeah,
But these
yeah. I mean,
clean sheets that have been happening, you know, Ben White and Gabriel have been praised.
yeah.
Oh, he's gone again. Oh no. Right, we'll give him some more time. Hopefully he sorts it out. We'll be back.
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I can hear you.
I feel like it's just the webcam in it. I feel like I need to change the webcam in it. That's the thing. So it's
I
like,
think
yeah,
you
so,
do, man.
so
You're
it's alright, it's
struggling
alright.
out here, man.
Huh?
You sure?
Yeah, no,
All good?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I was gonna say, it's just like, yeah, I feel like it's just not that clear in it. Just my laptop is just like, yeah. So it's alright, it's alright. So I'm just like
Yeah,
sorting this up. Yeah, but yeah, like talking of Ben White, right? Yeah. So yeah, like he obviously had certain praises from Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville, but like I felt like he's a little bit weak on the ball. No, I mean like he's
yeah,
good on the ball actually, but he's like still weak. I don't think the headers like I don't see like the aerial threats like as a centre back. I feel like what my centre back would be like well built, really cool. But Ben White's not that guy. I don't know. I think he'll be better playing as a right back or like a yeah.
mm.
I feel like
Yeah. No,
he's better than the
yeah. To be
center.
fair, I do agree with that. I will admit I do agree with that. Ben White, whenever bless him, whenever he runs up for a corner, I'm like, you're never getting the ball there, son. Like every time he runs after the ball
No,
on a
no, no,
corner.
no.
But you know, at the end of the day, you know, you look at that defense on paper. Sometimes you would see, oh, young defense,
Yeah,
ability to grow, but you know, at the same time, and this is where I worried about the 10 game unbeaten run. Is I knew as soon as it went downhill, because the thing is, I said before the Liverpool game where it went downhill, I said before the Liverpool game, and I said it to everyone, that we will get battered. Like, as much
I
as I would love
told
to,
you.
I would love to come out. As much as I would love to come out and be like, you know what, I reckon we could grab a draw. I reckon we can scrape a 1-0 loss or something. We were always going to get battered. And the thing is, it wasn't a bad thing that we got battered that game. You know,
With
that
Liverpool.
team, because that young team needs
I
to
could, I
take
would,
that as a learning experience.
I disagree with that. Like that's what really annoyed me, man, from other fans, man. And no offense, I don't really like, I don't really disagree. It's your opinion, bro, but it's just like it kind of annoyed me because how can West Ham can beat them? How can West Ham beat them that
Because
convincingly?
West Ham have an experienced team. This is the problem. West Ham have a mixture of experience and youth. Our
Yeah, I
team
mean,
is pure youth, and our experienced players are not good enough. It's
what about
simple.
Brighton coming back from 2-0 down at Anfield?
Same thing. They have good experienced players.
Nah, I
Like,
doubt it.
that's the thing.
No.
That's
We
the
have a
thing.
better squad than Brighton, bro. We have a better squad. I think even Brentford 3-3. 3-3. Come on, bro. Like
Hey,
I felt like
I'll tell you what. But I'll tell you what. That's the thing. Different games, different players, different scenarios. Like, the thing is, one game, exact. And there's another thing. One game, Liverpool can play like the Champions League winners that they are. The next game, they can have a bad game.
no, you never.
And that's the
No,
thing.
I mean,
And
no,
the
no, no.
thing is, after that Raw, let's be honest, Jason. Any team in the world, after what Arteta did with Klopp, any team in the world, forget a young team, forget the young team Arsenal are. The
Yeah.
amount of pressure that Liverpool stadium put on those players, anyone would have crumbled. When you hear that roar, like at Anfield, anyone would have crumbled, let alone a young team like that. Like, because I'm 22 years of age,
Yeah.
I know like half of them are like my age, if not a lot of them are my age, if not younger. To go through that, I would have shit my pants, let alone those lot. Like, that would be horrifying, like, that feeling to hear the whole of Anfield screaming.
That just shows the lack of mentality, bro. I'm telling you, that's just the lack of mentality. I disagree with that. At least
I
I thought
disagree with lack of mentality. I don't think it
it's just a
is.
mentality problem, bro. It's just like the bottle. They need to have the bottle on the thing. It, I mean, the way it crumbled is disgraceful, bro. It's just like I can't accept that. I literally I cannot accept that the way it crumbled.
So
At least,
what about when Barcelona lost 4-0 to Liverpool?
yeah, they're bottle jobs. I wouldn't. Yeah, that's bottle job mentality.
But what I'm saying is, any team that goes, how many teams have gone to Anfield and have won? And let's take away the year when they didn't have fans, because that's not Anfield. How many teams have gone to Anfield and won?
There's 16 this year. They lost 6 games. Oh yeah, but that's without fans in it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
How
but
many teams
still.
have gone to Anfield and been like, yeah, I've got a victory? No.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can't have that mindset. Like, obviously, we're honestly, I know we have a young team and stuff like that, but honestly, it got to the point where like we haven't won the league in 17 years, and boy, we're like
See,
the third biggest club in England. We can't have that mindset, bro.
I get that,
We
Jason. I
can't
get
do
that.
that.
But at the same time, we are talking about a Liverpool squad that practically are unbeatable. Practically. And after like the first 40 minutes, Arsenal played really well.
Yeah, really
They
well.
played so well. The fact that they were pushing forward, the fact like if it was the Arsenal before, they would have held back. They would have waited for Liverpool to come forward, but they were pushing forward. Ben White was trying to move forward. Everyone was trying to move forward. They were trying to get goals. But after that incident, after everything that happened between Arteta and Klopp, that was the downfall.
Yeah, if they played more than 40 minutes, yeah. If they played for one, why can't they do it for the 90 minutes? Why? That
Did
mentality.
you not hear the crowd? Did you not
I don't.
hear the crowd?
Yeah, I mean, so what, bro? Is that is a bottle there, bro? That's the thing. It's just the mentality. That's the thing. I
Yeah,
feel like they should be given fight. They should be like, oh, yo, I don't know what Arteta has been saying to them at half time. I was like, bro, like literally just come back to it. I just don't know what they were saying in half time. So that's the thing. I feel like I've just gone past his excuses, bro. Like year after
I'll tell
year.
you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. I bet Arteta said everything that was right in half time. The reason why we felt that we went downhill, we went 1-0 down at half time. Fair enough. We could still like pull it back or something. We could do something with the game.
Yeah.
That Tavares pass
That's,
was the downfall. That was the downfall of the full game. Passed it back, terrible pass. Shouldn't have done that. And then after that, we just crumbled because we were just trying and we were trying far too hard to go forward. We tried way too hard. We pushed too many men forward. Our defense just collapsed, and there we go. Because before that, Tavares and I've spoken to a lot of Liverpool. Well, I say I've spoken to a lot of Liverpool fans. I spoke to 2 Liverpool fans, but they were good Liverpool fans, and they said, you know what, Tavares did so well against Salah. If anything, Tavares really kept Salah, like he really like kept Salah in his place. The problem is, after the second goal, everyone just went berserk. Tavares decided to run towards the right, and then Salah goes and scores. That's how it happened.
He just crumbles, man. That's the thing. So, yeah,
crumble in that pressure. That's the thing.
Teams
will crumble in that pressure.
Literally.
Yeah, but Jason, with the greatest of respect, mate, with the greatest of respect, you can easily say, oh, you can't. But the thing is, a young squad like that, they will. It's a matter of fact. The thing is, you're right about mentality, right? You're right about that. And it's players like Partey, Aubameyang, Lacazette that need to come up to those young players and be like, right, switch it off, let's keep going. The only person I saw out of the youngsters that switched off and kept going was Ramsdale. Because he produced some quality saves that game, even though we lost 4-0.
7 or 8, bro. It would have been 7 or 8.
But this is the thing. Aubameyang can't be our captain anymore. Because he's a silent captain sitting up the top.
He only cares about his bloody Ferraris and Fords and all this stuff. Like, I don't know, he's just too much of a. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the captain kind of got to his head. Like, I feel like he should.
I don't think the captain got to his head. I don't think he was ready.
But I feel like he has too much responsibilities. If you know what I mean. In terms of, if you know what I mean, I feel like if he doesn't have the captain handbag, then maybe. I mean, like obviously, there was a reaction like, that I had like a Aubameyang like finish, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. He's still like I feel like he lost his pace a little bit, just a little bit. Do you think
he's lacking pace?
No, he lost his pace a little bit as he's got a bit older. Do you think?
Oh yeah, hey, he's 32 years of age. Of course he's going to lose his pace.
No, I'm not digging him out. I'm digging it out, but however. I feel like he's still got his finishing in it. I feel like I don't know. I still see a player in him. I don't know. Like maybe underneath a different manager, you can see. I don't know.
I see someone coming off the bench.
The Martinelli.
Yeah. I see Aubameyang as a player coming off the bench, and even that he couldn't do it. Like that miss. Okay. Refrain from the manager, bro. Refrain from the manager. The miss against Newcastle.
Yeah.
The miss yesterday. The miss, although it was offside, the miss against United.
Yeah.
Terrible. And like the problem is, the one after Newcastle, you could tell he lacked confidence.
He lacked confidence, obviously. Like
but the thing is, as captain of Arsenal, as you said, mentality. His 100%. Thought should be, let me get up and let me go forward. So the thing is that you were saying about Arsenal's mentality against Liverpool. That's a lot of young players. When it comes to our veterans and when it comes to our experienced players who have played in the Champions League, who have played in the Europa League, the fact that you can't have that mentality.
hold on. I've got two questions to ask you. Like, regarding like are you happy with the summer recruitment that you had with buying young players and all this stuff, or are you really happy with Eddie's recruitment or with young players, or maybe you should have added a little bit more experience into the team?
If we're talking about Edu's, um, if we're talking about Edu's recruitment overall, no, I'm not happy. Because why are we bringing in Willian? Why are we bringing a player like that in?
I mean,
And
I feel like this transfer window, in terms of like buying the likes of Ben White, buying the likes of Lukonga, buying the likes of Odegaard, all
so
basically under 23s, but he hasn't added any experience or anything like that. Are you happy with it overall?
the thing is, it doesn't matter whether I'm happy or not. Like obviously, as a fan, you would want to be happy. Personally, in my opinion, yes, I am happy. But the thing is, this is, and I know every Arsenal fan hates this word now, but it's all part of a process.
Oh,
It
flipping
is.
hell.
I know every Arsenal fan hates that.
Oh my
But
god.
the thing is, okay, hear me out. We have to rebuild this squad. This is why one thing I was really happy with, as much as it wasn't a good way of doing it, the good thing I liked is they started terminating contracts because they were like, right, you're not playing good enough, see ya. You're not playing good enough, see ya. Even like the way Ozil went, I didn't like it because honest to God, like what he's done for the club is amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
However, 350k a week and you're not playing, see ya, bye. And you got to remember as well, although we spent the most money in the transfer window, we equally don't usually spend much money. So here's the thing: we can happily say, "Oh, we spent the most money," but Josh Kroenke probably said into Arteta's ear, "Right, here's your money. I ain't giving you any more." That's how it can be, and he'll
He
be
could
like,
have
"Right,
utilized it even more better. He could have brought in like a quality players, like more experienced players instead of this. He could have at
so
least brought like there was a
who
few
would you
Barclays
have brought
out
in?
there, There was
Who
like a
would you
few
have brought in?"
Barclays out there, actually.
But like as an experienced player that you want to bring into the squad, into our current squad, who would you have brought in?
Who would have brought in actually? So that's quite interesting actually.
Like as
Yeah,
an
I
experienced player,
would have brought in used Basuma. I would have brought in Basuma right in the middle. Basuma,
Bissouma, he's like 23, 24.
24. That's still
Yeah,
he's still got experience today. He's still playing in the Premier for like 3 years. And then who else, man? There's like quite a few. There is quite a few actually. Don't know. Yeah,
yeah, but didn't one
I
Brighton
can't
wanted
even
you?
get it out of my head in it, but still.
I swear Brighton wanted like 50 million from him or something. Don't
Oh,
they want like a large chunk of money?
bro, I would drop Ben White down back at Brighton, pick up Basuma, bro.
And also,
100%
isn't Basuma part of Prison FC as well?
prison FC, man. Kenji Wendy, man. Come
Yeah,
on.
I don't need that for club. I
No,
don't need
to
that
be
for
fair,
club.
no, to be fair, he's not a prisoner at the moment. He still plays for Brighton.
He's not. Yeah, but every footballer gets away with it, mate.
It's alright, man.
The whole of Prison FC is still playing for their current clubs. They're all on loan to like
Oh, he
their
would do
current
a
clubs.
job in that midfield, man. He would 100% do a job in that midfield, man. Him and Party together,
So,
combination. That was it.
like,
And by the way, like, do you think this youth process would bang or just like that? Like, obviously that the only because obviously when I see like the youth process and stuff like the youth teams and stuff like that, do you think in the future do you think it will be better or just like or do you think it will go in that decline?
that question you got to ask me at the end of the season.
In the season,
If
mad.
we, because at the end of the day, we haven't even reached half of the games yet. We haven't even reached halfway with the games. If next year, say we're eighth in the table, then
Yeah.
I will put my hands up and say I was wrong. I will say, listen, we haven't got European football. I was wrong. I will never say the words Arteta out. That I would never say. But I will admit that the process was wrong.
I mean, to be fair, the process was like 2.5 years into Arteta's reign. You know, 2 years actually. Arteta's
Yeah,
reign.
we'll count it 2 years. We'll count it 2 years now. Actually, yeah, no, it is 2 years. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, but
Now it
like,
is 2 years.
I feel like there's no improvements there, man. I don't feel anything
No
there. Like
improvements, but he brought in an FA Cup.
FA Cup, whoopie Well, what did that do? Literally, wow.
It's a trophy. Hang
Yeah, I
on,
mean,
you can't, no, hold on.
okay,
I cannot
it's
deal
a
with
trophy.
Arsenal
It's a
fans
trophy.
that say this. I cannot deal with Arsenal fans saying this. It's a trophy.
No,
What
no,
did
no.
Ole
I'll
do?
bring the FA Cup. No, no,
Ole
100%.
nothing. Lampard nothing. He brought in a trophy in half a season.
Okay. I'll take it. Okay. Hold on. Hands up. No. Obviously, I'll say no. I'll rate it. I'll rate it. That's the only thing. But like, in terms of the league, in terms of where the club is going, where does that lead to? Like, in terms of like, we finished eighth again. We literally had 13 defeats of that season as well. And then this season, what's happening? Like,
All right, can I ask you a question?
yeah,
Were you Wenger out?
yeah. I was
Were
Wenger
you
out.
Emery out?
Towards the end, yes.
Okay, so in Emery's half a season that he was left in,
Yeah.
did you believe that he was going to be the man to turn the club around after his first season? Did you believe
Oh,
he was going to be the man to turn around?
Arteta.
No, Emery.
What on that season? On that season?
So after his first season,
Yeah.
where he finished fifth,
Yeah.
he finished fifth, and he got us to the Europa League final. Did you believe that the next season he was going to like make the club a lot better?
I felt like that. I'm not gonna lie. That with the quality signings that he had, Kieran Tierney, Nicola Pepe, I rate Nicola. 100% rate Nicola Pepe. Who else did he get? David Luiz for experience. Obviously, we need the experience on that side as well. And then who else did he sign?
Martinelli.
Martinelli. He banged on the Emery. I'm telling you, he banged on the Emery. Who else was it? There was like 5 signings. There was like one more signing. I can't think of my back of the head. Who else? Tierney, Luiz, Pepe, um, Martinelli. Who was there a centre back or was it? No,
Uh,
Ceballos, Saliba. But yeah, I mean, I had a bit of hope though.
yeah.
I had a hope into the season, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I was a bit hope like because he had a style of play itself, the attacking
See, I
football that how who Emery
I didn't.
who
I didn't have any hope. Like after after the first season, I didn't have hope. But the reason why purely was because of that Europa League final. That Europa League final, you can really tell the difference between the players and the manager.
I mean the players. Obviously, the players that we have before that was and the players that we have now. Obviously, I mean they couldn't even get past with Villarreal. Emery got to the final with Socrates, Mustafi, and Maitland-Niles, Kolasinac as back four, and like literally, come on, man. It was a
I think
far worse squad that Arteta has inherited, man. It's a far worse squad, and he got into a Europa League final, beating the likes of Napoli, Valencia. If Arteta was managing that team, no, he couldn't get past. We couldn't even get past Olympiacos under
hang on, but
Arteta.
Arteta did manage that team. Arteta did manage that team in the second half of the season.
Yeah, and we got out to Olympiacos in the
Don't
round of
forget that
32.
he won a trophy. He won a trophy though.
Yeah, but you can't really think of that tenure as yeah, the trophy's fantastic, bro, but yeah,
I guarantee you.
it's got worse. It's got worse, man. I haven't seen us that bad. Like
I
people,
guarantee you. After we won the FA Cup, you were one of those You were one of them guys that were like, "Oh my god, he's going to bring us back to the Champions League. He's going to bring us back there."
Nope.
I bet you are. I bet you
Nope.
are.
Nope. 100% nope. Not a chance.
I
No,
tell
no.
you what. I'll tell you what. That
Had a chance. I was looking at it, and then I was looking at I was like I wasn't too excited. I wasn't too excited going into the season. I was okay. I was okay with it. I was like, yeah, man. I was like, let's see what's happening. But there's a little hope there. But I wasn't really getting carried away because it's the same old, same old, same old. But I never thought that this season was going to get worse. So that is that's
yeah.
my. I was like, yeah. I was just like to myself. I was like, okay, you won the FA Cup. Let's see in it. Let's see. Let's see. I'm waiting. I wouldn't be shocked if we do shit, or I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if we're doing shit. So I think I just like, you know what, I'm watching you, but you know what, yeah, that's the thing.
I'm watching you.
If you know, if you know what I
Bug
mean,
eagle eye. Yeah,
if
yeah.
you
No,
know
no.
what it exactly means, I'm just like, yeah. So it's like that's the
Alright,
thing.
but let's ask the main question. Let's ask the real question. Why are you Arteta out?
Why am I
Like we all
Arteta?
know, everyone knows I'm Arteta in. You're Arteta out. Let's. Why are you Arteta out? Let's hear it.
Why am I Arteta out, man? Back-to-back eighth place finishes is not is unacceptable.
Okay.
Losing 13 games in the season last season was unacceptable. No style of play whatsoever. I don't see any style of play whatsoever. Literally 1-0 up and they shut back, inviting pressure after pressure after pressure. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see where the club is moving. I don't think that he is the man to take us to the next level. And you know what?
So the first season that you said that we finished eighth, yeah, obviously it was unacceptable, but he only had half the season. He had half the season, and
Yeah,
bearing in mind this is his first job, he had
half
half
a
the
season,
season.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lampard, Lampard got sacked last season. They hired Thomas Tuchel, and he won the Champions League. What was that?
Wait, hang on a minute. Wait, are we
Yeah.
talking about Lampard or are we talking about Tuchel?
No. Sorry. I mean, obviously, in Chelsea's case,
Yeah.
they sacked Lampard on that
Right.
day,
Yeah.
and he finished eighth, like halfway through, roughly just above, just after Emery. Like obviously that time period in the season. Obviously, Emery got sacked in November, and then
Yeah.
Lampard
Yeah.
got sacked, like January or something like that, January-ish, and they were ninth in the table,
Right.
and he turned
Yeah.
their team around, finishing top four and the Champions
Mm.
League and the FA Cup
Well,
final.
okay. Well, what I'm saying is,
So,
yeah, exactly.
that's the thing.
First season, eighth place finish, FA Cup winners. All right. Let's
And
not
most of
forget
them,
that. All right.
no,
But
and I
what I'm
wouldn't say
saying,
yeah,
but
but
in all
I
seriousness,
wouldn't
like, in all
because
seriousness,
I
first season. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, first season, he did finish eighth. Yep.
mm,
He brought in a trophy. Okay, so in my opinion, I class that as a successful season
okay, good
because
yeah, obviously, like I would say any trophy is fantastic. Like in a successful season, like I would say I would count trophies as anything, but like our aim is to get into the Champions League. So we were supposed to be in the Champions League last season.
yeah, but
But
the greatest like with a team like Arsenal's, who, in my opinion, at the moment have no world class players. At this very moment, we have no world class players.
what is that because of the recruitment of Edu? Like you can blame
Um,
Edu for recruiting those kind of players. It's kind of like an excuse, like like
okay,
he could have
here's
been recruited
okay.
better.
Here's another question then. Who would you buy? So say Edu gave you, say we gave you that money, but we need to buy multiple players. Who
Hmm.
would you find that's world class for 30 million? Who would you find world class for 50? Who would you find? But you're looking to build for the future, not for now. You're looking to build for the future.
We need players for now, bro. I'm not gonna lie. We need players for now. We need experience, bro.
But that's
We
what.
need
But that's the thing. We do have those players, but those players aren't stepping up. So you
yeah,
can't necessarily blame the recruitment every single time. You also need to put your players at the moment on the spot. Partey came out and said, "Oh, listen, I haven't played well. Like I've given myself a 4 out of 10." At least he's being honest.
He's
Like,
being
it's
honest,
shit, but he's being honest. Players like Aubameyang, Lacazette, who had been there through all of this, who had been there from when Wenger signed them
yeah,
to the Emery stage to now Arteta stage.
yeah,
They need to step up and they need to be like, right, get your finger out your asses and work and start playing. And the thing is, as well, you can tell the difference as well. Like, even Leno, he's an experienced player. But the thing is, you can tell the difference between Leno when he was in goal and when Ramsdale's in goal. Because Ramsdale doesn't give a crap. He just starts shouting at his defense when they're not playing well.
yeah.
Leno
Okay.
was silent. Leno was a silent player. These experienced players need to step up. They need
Absolutely.
to get their voices out. Even Holding. Holding is an experienced player now. Xhaka as well. So we actually have enough experienced players. That's the truth. We do have enough experienced players, but they're not doing anything.
Was that due to Arteta or was it due to like any other things, any other manager?
I don't think. Yeah, but this is the thing. I don't think we can blame Arteta every time. This team actually plays for their manager. They actually do. They're the ones. All of them came out and were like, right, we're the ones who had like a meeting after the Crystal Palace game because we knew we didn't play well. And then after that, they went on a string of like good wins. So we can't necessarily every single time blame Arteta for this. It's easy to blame Arteta because it's like, oh, it's his first job. Like, he's making mistakes here and there.
No,
Don't get me wrong, he's
were you
making
happy
plenty of
with his
mistakes, but
appointment?
still,
Were you happy with this appointment?
am I happy with the disappointment?
No, were you happy with this appointment? Hiring
With his
Arteta?
appointment, I'll be very honest. I was rooting for Vieira. I was rooting for Vieira, but when they said, because here's the thing, right? I don't think I can really speak for a lot of Arsenal fans because a lot of Arsenal fans have watched the Invincibles. They have watched like
Yeah.
1998. They've watched like 2002. Whereas I was just a little kid, so I didn't really experience that. In my lifetime, I've seen one manager.
Yeah.
That's been a part of my club, and I get a lot of people who say that now that tradition is no more. Like, there's no more like, oh, one manager for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
But I've stuck to that and I've stuck. And like, the thing is, because I've learned about how much Wenger like finished fourth, or like there was so much disappointment towards the end of Wenger's reign. And I've kind of like learned that. But at the same time, I can also see where being patient can lead you. Yes, we haven't won a Premier League title for the past like.
It's not about patience. I feel like it's going worse and worse. Like honestly, like I feel like like
But
1 minute.
were you saying that? Were you saying that during the 10-game unbeaten run?
Yes.
Were you saying that we were getting worse and worse?
No, I wouldn't say worse and worse. Like I just said that.
But you just said worse and worse.
Hold on. Let me put this take on. During the 10-game unbeaten run, I wasn't gassed at all. I was like, well done. Well, hold on. Well done for the win.
Hey, I saw your TikToks. We've all
Hey,
seen your
hold on.
TikToks.
Let me finish. I was gassed. I can't lie. I was gassed, but I wasn't carried away. Like my mindset was just like, game by game. You know what? Certain games were not perfect. I was like, certain games are there. It weren't perfect, but you know what? Okay, I can see it. I can see it a little bit. Could he? Or it's like a difference between has he turned the corner or has he actually turned the corner like fully? I was just like, I would say, let me see. I know to the Liverpool game, I was like, that's basically like a after the Liverpool game. I was like, there'll be a little bit of test. Like this is a crunch game. Like obviously Liverpool away, United away. There's like a few tough away games. That's when I can actually see has he actually progressed. And so far I've been proved right. He has not been progressed. So
Okay.
yeah,
So say at the end of this season,
yeah,
say Arteta finishes fifth, but we win the Carabao Cup or we win the FA Cup. Would you say that's an improvement?
no, I still want him gone. It's not good
So
enough.
compared to last season where we finished 8th with no trophies, you don't see a trophy
I mean,
and 5th place as an improvement.
this season I want Champions League football. I wanted like after I wanted Champions League. I want to finish. I want to finish in that top four. We need Champions League football, bro. We're also a football club. We need Champions League, man. I'm telling
Okay,
you.
but then it, do you think if we qualify for the Champions League this season, do you think next year we would do any better in the Champions League? Now it's all well and Delhi. It's all well and Delhi to be in the Champions League, but it's not well and Delhi when you finish 4th in the league in the group stage. Because in my opinion, we're not there. We're not there yet. If we finished 5th and got our hands on a trophy, a lot of people disagree with me, but I will class that as a successful season. And
obviously, trophy is trophy, man. I would take any trophy, bro. It's the thing that I would take any trophy, but for us right now, we need Champions League football, man. We need Champions League football, bro. That's the thing.
I think when we say we want Champions League football, it's like West Ham saying they want Champions League football. Because we're not there. We're just not there as a club. We're not there as a team. And until issues like Aubameyang, issues like Thomas Partey's performances are not sorted out, it won't happen anytime soon. I think also we need a change in captaincy. And I hope to God, 100%. That I've heard that Lacazette's verbally agreed to join Barcelona.
Yeah.
So apparently that's set in stone. I think the relationship between Aubameyang. I was watching Gary Neville's thing, and he was talking about the relationship between Aubameyang and Arteta, and how it has potentially now gone sour.
Seriously? Oh yeah, fair enough.
And if
that could be his downturn form. That could be his downturn. Like I would say he's in a poor patch of. I feel like he's in a poor patch of form, but I feel like there is a player in there. Like if there was a different manager, like a Luis Enrique or like an attacking manager that we have, that I personally want. I feel like
if you, sorry, go on.
No, if it was like under like an attacking manager, like I don't think we're playing towards his strengths. If you know what I mean, I don't know. I personally feel that we're not playing within his strengths, running behind like a through ball and all this stuff. But yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? But what do you think?
It's hard to say because you got to remember as well.
Yeah.
The season before last. Sorry. Yeah, the season before last and Emery's season, we've been playing Aubameyang on the left. And now we've been trying to play him as a striker. And bearing in mind, he is a striker. Oh, you've muted yourself. I don't think he knows. You've muted yourself.
Mate. Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Oh, bad.
I hope episode 2 doesn't have this many issues.
It's just a bit mad, isn't it? The laptop's really mad. It's all right. Yeah, I feel like under Emery, like and Wenger, like you see Wenger's last season at Aubameyang, like half a season, he banged like that system, and under Emery he banged in the system as well as a 2. When he played 4-4-2 with Lacazette. I just feel like I don't know. He's not under Arteta. I feel like he's a different system, but he's just not played to his strengths.
I think it's hard to play to
because every time I see him in the pitch, I feel like he's playing that left wing back or something.
But that's the whole point. That's the whole point of Arteta's philosophy. It is to continuously work. Whether you have the ball, whether you don't have the ball, you need to continuously work. That's why Smith Rowe is out of breath. Because at such a young age, he's been working this much. 21 years of age to go running up and down like that. It starts like taking a toll on your legs. And Smith Rowe isn't like one of the biggest guys. Like he hasn't got cast like Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
So you don't expect him to be running up and down that much. But that's how football works, and that's how you can tell Arteta's philosophy, and it is a good philosophy. But the thing is, someone like Aubameyang at his age, and the thing is, like Aubameyang, his strength is that he's got speed and he's got finishing.
Yeah.
So he could easily sprint through the defense, but because he's running so much, he runs out of energy, and he can't run past those defense.
It's a system, bro. That's the thing. It's a system. Boy.
That's why I would love to see Gabriel. That's why I'd love to see Martinelli up there.
Oh well,
there is no energy that will be wasted.
Don't you feel like he's getting treated badly, like by Arteta? Like, don't you think? Like he hasn't been playing him until the last 3 games, but I just feel like he's misused.
So I believe personally, Arteta, and this is the same thing with Saliba as well. I personally think Arteta is trying to protect our young players, because you've got to remember, when Arteta first signed for Arsenal for the second time as a manager, Martinelli had that serious ACL injury.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Martinelli recovered within, was it 5 months? Was it 4? He recovered early. That was the main thing.
Yeah.
But Arteta was like, you're not coming straight back into the team, because that's how a player like you gets ruined. Because you've got to remember, Martinelli doesn't stop running, doesn't stop trying to get through players. And that was a certain English player's downfall for Arsenal.
Yeah. Oh, Jack Wilshere, bro.
Jack Wilshere.
Yeah, I know.
And now look at Jack Wilshere. And I don't, for the love of Lord Jesus, I do not want to see that happen to Martinelli. And if it happens to Martinelli, I will be heartbroken, because honestly, out of the past few years, he's been one of our most underrated signings.
Yeah.
And I can see a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'd love to see him go out and learn, like see him play."
I love Martinelli. I wouldn't. He should be starting. To be fair,
yeah. But the thing is, this is why. Get rid of Aubameyang. Get rid of Laka. Get rid of Nketiah. Get rid of a lot of them, because in my opinion, I see Nketiah as another version of Chuba Akpom. So I want. The thing is, Nketiah is purely either a mid-table or relegation player.
He's not a good signing for like Everton, or Everton got DCL anyway. Or like
because these guys play with a poacher striker.
He's a poacher striker. Like he will do well. Like I don't think he's not good enough for us, but I think he will do well elsewhere.
No, yeah, I agree.
But
that's the thing. Like our team just needs to be. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. It just needs to be put in the right place at the same time.
I feel like we could have done even more. I feel like we could have done that better in that transfer window. I wouldn't say it's a shit transfer window. I would say I felt like there's a few good business here, but I felt like we could have added better. We could have added more in the central midfield part, or like and a creative midfielder like Jose Mawar, or like certain like a few players from La Liga or something like that. Just like
I mean, every time we sign a player from La Liga, it never goes right. What, Denis Suarez, flipping Stanley Ceballos, these players never go right.
I'm not going to re-sign Denis Ceballos, man.
The only one that ever went right was Santi Cazorla. That was the only one, and my God, I miss that man.
I love this guy. He said he wants to come back in it. He said he wants to come back for he wants to play for Arsenal for like one last 5 minutes. I would take it.
I would love that, but for the love of his Achilles, I don't want that to happen. Yeah, the Premier League is a very rough place.
We don't have nothing there, man. I just feel like we have nothing there, but it's all good, man. It's all good. I can't moan in it. But anyways, man, we're heading towards the end of the podcast. But yeah, quick questions. What do you think about Southampton at home? Like score predictions, scorers, anything like that?
Obviously, the sad thing is, I would like to say we'll bounce back, we'll come back, we'll get a victory. But right now in my head, and I hate to say this, but right now in my head, I can see 1-0 to Southampton or a 1-1 draw. That's all I can see in my head right now. I would love to come out and be like, yeah, we're going to win 3-0. Like, it'll be a top class performance. But, like right now, we just got to be realistic at the moment. And with the current form we're in, we've got to say how it is. And at the moment, it looks like it'll go Southampton's way.
Yeah, to be fair, I would say the same. No, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised. I would, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose. But I would say, I'm just about to say, I'm being optimistic in this one for once. But I'll say probably like a 1-0 win. Probably like a 1-0 win. It would be like a hard fought. Yeah, I would.
I hope for God's sake that we either play either Balogun or Martinelli up front. I know it's not going to happen, but I hope to God that he looks at this game against Southampton and be like, right, let me try something new up there. Try something new.
Do you think we have, in this season? Do you think we have nothing to lose, or just like we can just go for it, or do you think we have nothing to lose, or just like?
Do you think we have like nothing to lose?
Yeah, or just like.
Oh no, we have everything to lose. We've got no European football right now.
Exactly.
We don't play on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night.
Yeah, exactly. We have no excuses in it, so yeah, we have no excuses.
Like, as much as I want, but like this is the thing, and as I said, I would be happy with a 5th place finish and a trophy. But I am that type of guy. I would be happy with that, and then progress to the next season, work your way up. If say we won a trophy and we finish 5th in the league this year, I'll be like, right, Arteta's done better than last season. Let's see what he does next season. If that season there's no Champions League football, then there's no going back.
I don't know.
Process is over.
The thing is, we always say like since 2017 when we like didn't have Champions League. We haven't had Champions League since 2017. Or is that every season if we don't have Champions League? If we don't have like it's going like a repeat, like a cycle. But you got to the point where it's like, nah, man, I just can't be off, man. It's just annoying. You just feel like we can't have Champions League, man. There's no excuses.
But since 2017, we've had 3 managers: Wenger, Emery. I can't believe I have to think about that. Wenger, Emery, and Arteta. Now, it is equally
better than Arteta. I'm telling you right now. Both of them is better than Arteta.
Of course, Wenger's obviously the best one out of all of them. Of course he is. So,
that's the thing.
But the thing is, you're right. In that sense, I agree with you. It is Wenger, Emery, and then Arteta. But you've got to remember again, Arteta doesn't have the experience. And not to mention, Arteta, it's his first job, and he's still in his 30s. He hasn't even hit his 40s yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, like you can't like in your like say for example, like would you hire an inexperienced manager at your job, or
would I hire an experienced manager?
Inexperienced manager, like in your.
Or would I hire an
inexperienced manager? Exactly. I'm like, why?
I wouldn't.
I'm just like, why?
Yeah, but the thing is, But this is what I'm trying to say. We're in this deep now with Arteta. We're in this deep. He's not even head coach anymore. He's actual manager. Like he's got full like responsibility over transfers. He has the same, if not more, power than Wenger did.
And even Emery, to be fair. To be honest, he had more.
Yeah, he's got more power than Emery. Yeah.
He had more backing than Emery's. So I don't feel like we should have that excuse anymore. Like, yeah, I mean, but all of the players that he got in the squad that are his players, barring Lacazette. I'm telling you, obviously, Ramsdale got signed by him, Tomiyasu got signed by him, Gabriel got signed by him, Tierney got signed by him,
Tierney got signed by Emery.
Oh yeah, and I mean to be fair, he renewed his contract under Arteta, so that's basically his player as well.
No. You ain't getting away with that.
That's Arteta's player as well.
Yeah, so, Martinelli. What did he do? Martinelli renewed his deal under Arteta.
Yeah, he did under Arteta's kind of thing as well.
That doesn't count like that. That's just not how it works.
He chose to kind of think basically renew his contract. So Saka, Yeah, so most of his players, barring Lacazette,
Do you know why
or
these guys signed long-term deals under Arteta?
what's
Because
that?
they trust the process. That's why.
Oh, yeah, on that note, man. On that note, we're out.
That
Yeah.
was so good. You got to admit that was so smooth. That was so smooth. I put that in so nicely. I'm so proud of myself for that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, it's all right, man. It's another man. It's a good man. It's all right, man. But yeah, anyways, man. I think we're like an hour and 20 minutes in it, like a little bit
Yeah.
like it's all right. The podcast kind of like flowed a little bit more, but yeah, man. Yeah, it's the end of the Red and White podcast here with my man Joe. Thank you very much for joining me, and
Sick, my
hopefully
guy.
more podcasts to come in. Episode 2 probably. Obviously, we can do it after that Southampton game, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We could do it after that Southampton game, probably like on a Saturday or something like that. We
On
could
the,
just do like
on the
every
Saturday.
week. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was on a Saturday, 3 p.m. So after, like, we can do it on a Sunday or something like that. We just mix and match it and let you know. Slide in my DMs. But yeah.
Oh
Um,
my god.
but yeah, but yeah, I'll probably just get back to you. Yeah, soon. Yeah. Anyways, man, thank you for guys for listening, guys. Have a nice one. Have a blessed evening, guys. I'm out. G. Take care, bro.
Safe.
Stay safe.